What's going on, guys? I'm back on YouTube again. I know it's been a minute, it's been around 8 months, but you know, I'm Unk now, so I have to I have priorities. But in this video, I'm going to be ranking top 10 best units in Anime Vanguards Update 5.0. I'm going to include some honorable mentions. I'm just going to go over what my ideal units are that I would pick and put in my lineup. I'm not gonna hold you guys any longer, so let's jump straight into the video. Okay, my first honorable mention that I'm gonna be going over is Virgil. These honorable mentions are not, they're all interchangeable. They're not actually ranked 1 through 3. They're just gonna be what I think do not fit on the top 10 tier list right here. So Virgil is a spark element. There's not really a lot of spark element units in this game that are very good. His passives are amazing. You see, if you brought him for infinite, he would be a top 5, top 10, or top like 8 unit in my opinion. But anything else, he doesn't really shine in story mode, raids, just boss rushes, etc. So his first passive, Doppelganger, gains Devil Trigger Gauge. When Devil Trigger Gauge is full, he transforms for 30 seconds and gains plus 50 damage and plus 20 range and gains access to Doppelganger. Doppelganger, when this unit attacks, spawns in a clone who repeats the same attack this unit does. So he's basically like Yawatch or Gogeta, sorry if I pronounced that wrong, but he's basically like that. I think slightly worse just because he's more expensive, and his second passive really shines in more tournament-based game modes and infinite. You Shall Die. When attacking a stunned, frozen, or time-stopped enemy, the attack has a 100% chance of immediately following up with move 1. This attack can be immediately followed up again by move 1 with each repeating occurrence, reducing the chance by 15%. Oh my god, that was a tongue twister. But see, this is what I mean by he shines mostly in tournament or infinite. He is more based on his attack due to his, like, he basically goes for CC. That is, like I said, one of my honorable mentions. His unit model is sick as hell. Don't get me wrong, the skin is pretty cool too. I think it's like a female. I don't even know. Not 100% sure. But if you do play infinite, I would go for him. If not, I would probably save your rerolls and roll on the other people that are on this tier list. So see you guys in my next honorable mention. Alright, for these next 2 honorable mentions, I'm gonna try and speed through them, not like the last ones. But Kukulien, I don't know if I pronounced that right. Lancer, he's very good. My opinion, better than Chosu and Alucard, which I don't know why he's better than Alucard, because Alucard should be just fucking buffed because he's obviously a 0.004 unit or whatever. Damage plus 15% and SPA minus 10. Attacks ignore enemy dodge chance, which is just insane for like stages such as shielded and stuff like that. Fate Piercer, upgrade 7. Attacks inflict rupture, preventing enemies from regenerating permanently. Damage plus 75% when hitting one enemy. So he is a boss killer, and he also is a very good, I guess, support. Yeah, he's a very good support. I would bring him over Chosu and Alucard just because, but I don't really think bleed meta is meta anymore in infinite leaderboard runs and just overall in the game. But it is very good if they're the only stage that I would bring him for is the Shibuya. But yeah, on to my next honorable mention. This last honorable mention, I'm gonna have to give it to Saber. Like I said, all these honorable mentions are not in particular order, but she is a holy unit, and her first passive is Sealed Blade of the Wind King. Upgrade 0 through 5, SPA minus 20%. Attacks repulse enemies. This is extremely good in story mode and just overall raids. Damage 100% plus 100% when hitting an enemy for the first time. King of Knights, upgrade 6, upgrade 6 through 11. Damage plus 30%, SPA minus 10%, and range plus 10. Immune to Sun, reduces time of status alignments by 50%. So she isn't immune to all status alignments, but it is good for being immune to Sun. That's a very good passive. And her last ability is upgrade 10. It's a nuke. Gains Excalibur plus damage plus 1 with each kill using Excalibur up to 25%. Basically just a nuke. I can't unfortunately put her on the top 10 list just because all the other units above her are just way too good and she's outclassed. And most of these, she's from the regular gem banner, and her Evo is probably one of the easiest in the game. You literally just craft it with essence stones. So yeah, I'm gonna jump into the actual straight top 10 and see you guys there. Okay, coming in number 10 spot, I'm gonna have to give it to my boy Diavolo. Diavolo is a 5k placement unit. He's a Vanguard. Unfortunately, I can't put him any higher and I can't put him any lower just because of the due fact that he does like 400k with Monarch. He is mainly reliant for Monarch, I will say that. And he also does have a, I guess essentially a time stop. That's why I'm putting him in this top 10 list, because if I do put him any lower, he's just gonna be, I don't think he's an honorable mention worthy. I think he is a top 10 unit. So yeah, that's number 10. Let's go on to the next one. Coming in at spot number 9 is Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh is a holy, and at his max upgrade, he is an unbound unit. Gilgamesh comes with a nuke, and he's one of the most consistent DPS in this game. He has fallen off a little bit just because of the fact that every update, new units are coming out that are better, so just power creeping him. But he is still the GOAT. Will put him above Diablo just because of the fact that he's more consistent with DPS, and he also is a more versatile unit in the fact that he can be brought for more raids and stuff because he's not as expensive. And he, like I mentioned earlier, he does have a nuke. So yeah, he is sitting in spot number 9 for this video. Alright, so coming in spot number 8 is gonna be Vegito. Vegito is one of the new strongest units that are in this game. The reason I have him at the number 8 spot is because he is more classified as a support unit more than a DPS unit. I wouldn't necessarily roll on him if I were like to roll on anyone. I'd roll on the people who are top 5 on this list, of course. But still, he is a very versatile unit. He is very strong. Don't get me wrong. But I feel like there's better units besides him. He's a wholly passive unit, or not passive, but element. And his passives are alright compared to the rest on this list. I just feel like there's so many better options, but he is a very strong choice if you do have a preference just because he's one of your favorite characters. I would roll on him. If not, I'd save your rules. Coming in spot number 7 is going to be Choi Jong-in. Choi Jong-in is a very strong unit. He applies intense burn, which is one of its first for this game because there's not a lot of burn units besides Rengoku and I guess Choso, I think, or not Choso, Jogo. I think Jogo burns. I'm not 100% sure, but this unit is very strong in the sense that he has, I think at nuke, it adds up in the end. I'm not 100% sure, but he is very strong. I do see him on most leaderboards or tier lists, and a lot of people bring him for leaderboards. He is his best paired with Jedi, but Monarch works with him as well. Overall, I would use my rerolls on him. I've tried getting Monarch on him, but you know, my luck in this game, it's all right, not the greatest. Yeah, let's move on to number 6. All right, spot number 6, I'm gonna have to give it to Aizen. Aizen is one of my favorite characters from all of anime and just fiction in general. He has a unique ability called Aura that he makes him immune to status alignments, and also lets him have 40% of his range. It takes an increasing amount of damage every second. He's very OP. I would roll on him, even though he is getting not outdated, I'd say, but better units of course come out every single update, which is something that's bound to happen in these types of games. But he is a full AoE and he has a unique ability that's essentially, I wouldn't say a time stop, but it stops the units from going past this big ass wall, I guess. And yeah, that's number 6 for you. I would recommend rolling on him. If not, roll on people higher on this list. Came out in update 5.0. He's very unique. He is a support and DPS in one. He's basically the whole package. I have been trying for the past however long ago the update came out to get him. Okay, I literally spent, I think yesterday, 5 hours grinding for him. I know that's like nothing, but that is a lot of time for me, I can't lie. But he is, I wish I had him so I could roll on him. Unfortunately, I do not. You do get him. He's very meta. Would recommend trying to aim for him this update, as I don't really find the fun in Odyssey or anything else. He is going to be my number 5 spot. He is a cosmic, and yeah, that's basically it for spot number 5. Wish I could show you guys the actual showcase, but unfortunately I do not have him. Let me put it on the screen how much attempts I have right here. But yeah, all right, coming at the number 4 spot is Gogeta. Gogeta is probably my favorite character in this game, because I'm fortunate enough to have a Monarch with 2 godly stats. So Gogeta has a pretty cool ability that lets him teleport across the map, anywhere across the map, every 20 seconds. And he has a clone that does double his damage, so he is he's not, okay, I'm lying here. He's very pricey for what he is, but it still makes him even more worth it, just because in the end, he is obviously one of the best DPS, and there's no debate for that. He is someone that I would roll on. Basically only good with Monarch. Anything else, pretty trash. But fortunate that I got Monarch on him a few updates ago. And yeah, I would highly recommend rolling on Gogeta. At spot number 3, I'm giving it to Dante. There is zero debate in this game of why Dante shouldn't be in the top 3. He's a crit demon, good with Monarch, he's good with Deadeye, just insane. Like he has a full AoE attack, he gains double trigger exactly like Virgil, like I explained at the beginning of this video. Just an insane unit overall. He's a beast. I don't know why they made a battle pass unit one of the best units in the game, but I highly recommend for you to try and aim for rolling on him this update. If not, I'd roll on the other 2 people that are ahead of him. He is very useful in every single game mode, very cheap, and overall 10 out of 10 unit this update. Coming in at my number 2 spot is going to be Yuha or Yawatch, however you prefer to pronounce it. He is a beast. Like when I say beast, he is good with Monarch, he's good with Ethereal, he's good with basically any trait. Well, mainly those 2. He's very cheap on placement. He's a multi-hit. He also does 2 attacks on placement, 1 at the first unit that's in his range and 1 at the last unit in his range. He can be a support. He's best paired with other units that do not have Monarch. So if you are fortunate enough to get Monarch on him or Ethereal, pair him up with other units that are not Monarched so he can be used to the best of his ability. And overall, this is probably one of the best units in the game, or second best unit in the game, just because of the fact that he's so cheap. I'm not being biased just because I have Monarch on him either. He's just a beast. And let's move on to number 1. Alright, my number 1 spot for this video, you guys all anticipated it, definitely knew what it was, but my boy Sung Junwoo. Sung Junwoo is the most OP unit in this game for no reason. He's a Vanguard that's always going to be obtainable no matter what, so there's no rush in getting him unless you're trying to do tournaments or infinite runs. But he has 3 nukes and he has 4 summons. His summons are insane. He has Beru, a bear, healer, and steel, which are all very cool, like unique in this game. Obviously they're from the anime, but they perfected it very well here. He does high DPS even without his summons, and he's just overall the most insane unit. He even has his own element, unknown. And out of everyone in this tier list that I put, I would definitely roll for Monarch on him. It's just his nuke one-shots every boss in this game. Besides, I guess, you watch and raids, or the rift, whatever. But yeah, that was my list, and I appreciate you guys for watching this segment of the video. Thanks for watching the video all the way through. If you really liked the video, please like and comment and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts on this, I guess, tier list or ranking video. It is my personal preference for all the units that I put, but it is going off the tier list on the AV website as well, or not website, but wiki. If you do have any things that you think should be interchanged in this video, let me know down below, and I appreciate it. I hope you guys have a good day or night wherever you are, and stay safe.